everyone, and welcome into Three Putt Golf Show. I'm your host, Victor Herrera. And what a week we got coming up. We have the one and only Ryder Cup coming up this weekend. Non-stop golf, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all to see who has bragging rights, y'all. Is it going to be Team Europe or Team USA? Now, as you know, since 2012, Team Europe has dominated this event. As much as an American like myself hates to say it, they've just been better. Besides the epic heroics from Patrick Reed and Jordan Spieth, they haven't been able to quite make the run as the Europeans have. But that may change with this team. And it may be that way for a while because of how many rookies this US Ryder Cup team has. Now, I want to get started by saying, of course, with two of the members on the US Ryder Cup team, there was drama this weekend, and that drama consisted of Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka, the one and two that have been going at it all year. Koepka doesn't like the way DeChambeau does it. It's not conventional. DeChambeau doesn't really have anything to say. Sometimes he has a hot head. Let emotions get to him. It's a bad combination, but it could have been an amazing combination this weekend. But that was brought to end very quickly this week, as Coach Stricker said, there's no way DeChambeau or Brooks Koepka were ever going to be paired with each other this week. I mean, I would have loved to have seen it. Like, hey, guys, y'all been battling it out, ego versus ego. How about y'all go out there and win one as a team? How about y'all go out there and get it done for Team USA? But that's not going to happen, but there was a lot of questions about both of these and about what you wouldn't be expecting. I'll start with Bryson DeChambeau. One of the questions I was raised about him is his unconventional methods already raise eyebrows, already make some people upset. But he's going to be the first PGA player to compete in the world longest drive competition. That's what he's been training for. Don't get me wrong. He probably has a good shot at getting it because of the fact that he can hit the ball 420 yards. But how is him training for a longest drive competition going to help him hit the fairways at this Whistling Straits golf course in Wisconsin? It may not. And the fact that part of these days you play with a partner can really hurt the team. It's going to leave your partner out to dry. You're going to have to hope that the partner is good playing out of the rough. You're going to have to hope that Harry English, who I believe Bryson DeChambeau is going to be paired with because of how well they do play together and how well they know each other, he's really going to have to come to the rescue, I feel, in sometimes, because DeChambeau isn't going to be able to hit the fairways. He didn't at Wingfoot whenever he won his major. He didn't. And he was able to work through the rough, but if you play golf, you know, some days you can, some days you don't. I'm always out of the rough, and it's still some days you can, some days you don't. But Koepka, on the other hand, definitely had, I would say, a questionable quote. He went out and said something to the lines that he wasn't too excited about this Ryder Cup because it wasn't a major. He competes at majors. And if you remember during the season, he said competing on a weekend versus competing on a major weekend are different. He feels it, he knows it, he plays like it. So for him to say that definitely rose some eyebrows and question whether or not if he should even be there. Why was he picked? Well, he was picked because, don't get me wrong, he's a great American golfer. He is. And if you didn't pick him, the argument would be, well, why'd you leave out one of the best American golfers in the game right now? So I'm okay with him picking him. I just think Koepka needs to have a better choice of words. I think he really needs to think through what exactly is he doing and what exactly is he saying in these interviews. Because I don't think he means to ruffle feathers. I don't. I sadly just think he doesn't think about it. And then after, he's like, well, I already said I'm not going to say sorry. So going along those lines, that was a lot of the drama leading into this World Cup. It was very quiet on the European side, very quiet. You see them in their suits and their blazers. They look nice, look professional, kind of worrisome as a U.S. fan, but they look professional. They look like they're ready for a business trip. On the other side, in the US, we did have a couple of instances this week that could be quite concerning given what exactly can transpire this weekend. Now, on my notes, what I want to talk about is the rest of the US Ryder Cup team. Now, this is amazing. This stat blew my mind. More than half of this US Ryder Cup team, it's their first time playing. It's their first time playing. And that can be worrisome. Don't get me wrong. Never playing in a pressure situation like this where you're playing USA versus Europeans. You're playing for your country. You're not playing for yourself. You're playing for your team. You're playing for your partner. It could definitely hurt some people. It could definitely make them nervous and hurt their game, is what I mean. It can hurt their game. And I hope we don't see that, but I just want to prepare y'all. It's a very likely situation where USA doesn't do well when half the team, this is their first time. Now, with that being said, one of the reasons why there's additional rookie is because Patrick Reed was left off this team. Now, Patrick Reed has been a hero as of late in the Ryder Cup match play, Ryder Cup individual play. He has been a hero, but he's also gone through pneumonia. He's also had health issues that hasn't allowed him to be the way he needs to be. That's a big reason for him being left off this team. Not considering the fact that he didn't have as great as a season as he would have liked or as any of us would have liked. But it also had to do with the fact that he just wasn't healthy. So if you don't see Patrick Reed's name out there, it's not because, oh, no, he's washed out. He's not. He didn't have that terrible of a year either, I should say. I'll defend him. It wasn't terrible. He won. But it was mainly to do with his health issues, which I wish him the best. He'll be at the next one next year because I know it's 2021, but like I said, this is 2020 we're playing. But I want to go on a positive note on this Team USA. So, okay, more than half the team, it's their rookie appearance. It's their first time ever doing this. Well, since 2012, the Europeans have kind of walked through the park, I should say, with the Ryder Cup. They've been able to conquer, do whatever they want. They've just got it done. Well, I believe the tide is changing. You're telling me that more than half the team right now are rookies, never have done this. That means that they're that young, more likely, except one, obviously, he's a little older. But they're more than likely going to be coming up in the next couple years. So then we can get used to seeing these faces. We can get used to seeing these guys play with each other. The tide is about to turn where U.S. golf is going to take over Team Europe. They're not going to be able to handle. Yes, they have young studs that I'm going to get into later. But this is the time for the U.S. to counter and go on a run and bring pride to the Ryder Cup and the U.S. teams in the Ryder Cup. We got great coaches this year. I believe the coaches are going to help. Now, that is the same for the Europeans, but on the U.S. side, primarily, we have great coaches that have done this many, many times. Got many Ryder Cups between all of them. So things are going to get crazy at Whistling Straits. Don't get me wrong. It can go one or two ways. USA let the rookies kind of let the emotions get the best of them, or they channel it in and they go rise to the occasion, which can very well happen. And I hope that's what's happened because I'll just spoil it right now. I actually picked them to win. I do. I'll reveal by how many points here in a bit, but I do pick them to win, and I pick them to win for the reason of I believe the rookies will get it done. I know I just said that it could go south, but that's just the truth. That's just me telling you the absolute truth of what can happen. Now, I don't believe that's going to happen, but it's there, and it's a very well possibility. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my note, and I'm going to announce to y'all the team. So this is Team Europe. You're going to realize some names. You're going to realize that they have 3 rookies on their team. Out of all 12 players, only 3 are rookies making their first time appearance. You have Paul Casey, Matt Fitzpatrick, Tommy Fleetwood, Sergio Garcia, Tyrell Hatton, Victor Hovland, Shane Lowry, Rory McIlroy, Ian Poulter, John Rahm, and Bernd Weisberger and Lee Westwood. Lee Westwood's been doing this forever. He's been doing it before I was even in diapers. He's been doing it forever and getting it done. This is a stacked team. The young studs that they have on this team can get the job done. Great team. These are the captain is Padridge Harrington, vice captains Luke Donald, Robert Carlson, Martin Keimer, Graham McDowell, and Henrik Stenson. So all in all, guys that have been in the game forever, guys that have seen a lot of success, and a lot as of late in the Ryder Cup, and have been able to kind of separate themselves from Team USA in the past few cups. But the good thing is we have just as much talent on the American side. And yes, I'm obviously biased towards Americans. So that is why I'm saying we have talent too. I know the Europeans are going to be stacked, but we got talent too, and the young guys are going to get it done. Going down the list, this is the Team USA that will be representing us in the Whistling Straits Ryder Cup in Wisconsin this weekend. Daniel Berger, Patrick Cantlay, Bryson DeChambeau, Harris English, Tony Finau, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, Colin Morikawa, Xander Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, and Justin Thomas. Those are your 12 representing U.S. at the Ryder Cup. Here's your captain, Steve Stricker. Great guy. Has handled all these issues concerning the Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka situation professionally. I believe he has. He never gave hope of whether these two would play together. He nipped it in the butt. When Koepka was said stuff that the media didn't like, that a lot of golf fans didn't like, he went back, nipped it in the butt. He is a very good captain. He is a strong captain that this very young U.S. team needs. The vice captains are just like him, been around the game a long time and have been able to are going to be able to find a way to convey messages to these young guys to get the absolute best out of them. And that is Fred Couples, Jim Furyk, Zach Johnson, Davis Love III, and the one and only Phil Mickelson. So check it, y'all. It's going to go down this weekend in Wisconsin at Whistling Straits. Now we're going to talk a little bit about what to expect. So Sundays are 1 versus 1, 12 single matchups, 1 versus 1. That's how you score. You get a half a point if you tie. You get a full point if you win the match. Now, you're going to have partners on some days, then you're going to have to play foursomes, and there's a different variety of tournament ways that this is done, but it involves team, always involves team. Only day, as I've said, Sunday is the only day where you are by yourself and you are competing, yes, for the country, but you also get to compete one-on-one. You get to compete against that person. You get to compete for your own personal bragging rights. Now, this course is no joke. This course, depending on the weather, can be very treacherous to play on. It can hurt you in so many ways. If you miss the fairway, you could be in a world of hurt. And that's what I'm worried about DeChambeau. He wants to hit it long, and I get it. You cut distance off the tee. It can help you if you know how to capitalize on it. Now, if him and Harry English, who I expect him to be paired with, can get it done where he drives it 3/4 of the way, Harry English uses a wedge, gets it out of the rough, puts it on the green close to the pin, DeChambeau puts it in. You can do that all day. but you can't rely on that. So DeChambeau is going to have to be really smart, especially depending on what the weather's supposed to look like. But that is your preview into 2020 Ryder Cup Whistling Straits. It is going to be monumental, and it's going to be the start of something amazing for Team USA. So go out there, check it out, watch the rookies, and see how this pressure situation gets to them, and see how they are able to channel it in, or if it just overtakes them, and it very well could. Or you can watch the Europeans continue their dominance, or you can watch the fall of an empire begin. Thank y'all for watching 3 Putt Golf Show. It is me, your host, as always, Victor Herrera. Thank you, LegacyMaker Sports Network. Go check out LegacyMaker Sports Network for all your NFL, hockey, basketball, baseball news. Baseball playoffs coming up. Check them out. NFL's already going. Check them out. Look at the picks of the week and give us your thoughts. Thank you, and we'll see you on Monday to discuss the review and see exactly how this Ryder Cup played out.